Peace to you all. This is another session of Drayon's empowerment, enlightenment, and motivation. I'm going to start this out with another saying from my book. It's the 9th saying. In existence, don't go out of your way to let people know you're someone great or that you're somebody. So what you ought to know is that you're somebody great, is that you are somebody great, and live as such, even if it's in secret. And that will come to the light and be impactful and leave a lasting impression that will be impactful. So if you know you're somebody, you're good. Now, before I go any further, I'd like to say, people who live a life of greatness and show that forth and everyone knows it, that's terrific. That's splendid. But I'm saying to people that you should not go out your way to prove that, I'm somebody, or that I'm somebody great, or that you're somebody great or somebody. Because that will show and prove itself in existence. Even if for some particular time you were the only one that knew it, you want to live it. You want to have that trueness. You want to be essentially true and essentially great. Even if but for a time you know it yourself. Even if you went through existence like that and leave your impactful impression and your impact upon civilization. So proving to others that you're somebody or that you're somebody great should not be the primary thing. The thing is to know that you are great. And that despite whatever, that you are somebody. In this, you can manifest a type of impeccable greatness. And when you leave existence or when you leave some place, you say, that person was impactful. And a proof of your existence or your energy will be there and will be left there. And will have some continual impact in those places or in the world. So I wanted to start it off with that. Is to know that you're somebody great. Even if you lived in the shadows. Thinking great, speaking great, being great. Even if recluse. And that impact and that energy will be remaining in human civilization and existence. And if people know that you're great and that you're somebody, that's good too. But you want to have that in its authenticity. You want that to be authentic. You want those to be things that you know before anybody else. That you're somebody and that you're great. I want to say that I want to go into some other things too as well. That the human mind and human existence, or the human body and the human mind, is reflective of that of the universe and the inward self. Just like you see the celestial orbits and luminaries and these celestial organs and etc. These things also exist within self and exist within one's own mind. The pineal gland, those 12 cranial nerves, putting you in tune with universal and godly and supreme metaphysical energy. Manifesting that greatness in your life. But just like you see in the universe, there's all types of things. Asteroids and etc. All these different various objects flying through space. And this is also representative of the mind. That you must keep your mind in check. Because all types of thoughts and all types of things can fly through your thinking and your mind. Keep your thoughts in order. And watch how you think things. And be in control of what you allow to travel through the domain of your mentality and your mind. For existence. You know, people with mental illnesses, like me for instance, I developed, when I was in prison, I developed paranoid schizophrenia. But I don't allow it to stymie me. In my development, in my advancement, in the way that I perceive things. And it's denoted to be a mental illness. A mental illness. But even if you break down the word insane, you know, if we look at what, you know, we look at, you know, the play on words and what it could connotate to. Because I refuse to be anything other than stable, mentally healthy, mentally strong, mentally empowered, whether on medication or not, or whatever. Whether I take a pill or, you know, I take a pill. But at the same time, you know, to help me with my paranoia. But it isn't just the pill that I'm consuming. It's my mentality, my spiritual frequency, my studies, my meditation, my reflectiveness, my calmness, my drinking, you know, my when I drink my water or something. My water or my coffee or something like that. And I'm reflecting and I'm introspecting and I'm pondering things. Because I look at the word insane, and in means to be within something. And then if you take the word in and you take the word sane, it looks like you're saying inside or inwardly a person is sane. Because mentally ill people are sometimes very gifted people who have extraordinary abilities and gifts to be in tune universally, to be in tune with different things and to be very receptive to things. That some other people may not be perceptive of. and knowing how to see things inwardly. So being inside, being within, sane. Inside, being sane. But it becomes a problem when you allow it to interfere with how you function outwardly. Your outward functionings. If you can't keep control of those thoughts, like I was telling you about how all these things fly through space, and the celestial organs in the mind being reflective of the universe. If you can't keep those things in order, and you can't keep those things in check, then those things can have a problem and have interfere with how you function in existence. So I am only a paranoid schizophrenic. It means that when I was in prison, I developed schizophrenia, which, caused me to be distrustful, guarded, and stuff like that. That's what my mental illness is. But I understand what it is. And I know how deep and how powerful and how profound the mind is. So I don't allow, by keeping those things in check and staying mentally stable and etc. and being in tune with my spiritual energy and my spiritual force and my perception, I allow, and my godly perception, I don't allow myself to not function properly. I don't allow myself to be stagnated or stymied in the way that I function and the way that my energy is in the world or in life or in existence. So that's something to ponder on right there. But there's all type of stuff in the universe. To go on another topic, don't you know that the apes were some of the Most High God's first created beings, were the first children of God to be created? In that in another civilization in the universe, like the Planet of the Apes, connotate. And you can have historians find books and sources. The Planet of the Apes, the movie is actually symbolic and derivative of how there is a civilization in existence that is governed and ruled by apes that are very intelligent, and they are the ruling party of all types of beings, even human types that are there. You'll find some history on this. You probably got to go a little bit deep or, find some things. But my point is that there's all types of things in the universe. And God loves them too. God loves those apes. Like God loves all of his created beings. There's all type of created beings and existent beings in the universe and worlds. And universal energy and thought transference and telepathic power and all this type of magnetic and magnetism type of energy. So, even when you see the ape, it shows you that, that even a primate, even the ape, it helps you to realize and to have more love for all of God's creatures and created beings and children. Whatever type of universal being they are. So, I just wanted to build on a few things, some things to ponder and to think about, and some things to reflect on. So this session of Drayon's Empowerment, Enlightenment, and Motivation is called To Ponder and to Reflect. Things to ponder and things to reflect. Peace to you all.